Hello, happy campers. How's it hanging? Spike,
Chris.
and we are geeking out. And hey, we're actually back 2 weeks in a row, Christopher. Who would imagine that, huh? Gasp. We've got stuff to talk about. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. For once, of course, we haven't been. Like I said, we've only been in one of the last 3-4 weeks. So we still got stuff to catch up on. We've got reviews to do all over, and we've got numbers to talk about, and we've got the XFL's going to start back up and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so one of us, not me, has seen Thor: Love and Thunder, not me, because he just had nothing better to do with his time, apparently, not me. So not me is going to be doing a brief review, apparently a very brief review, of Thor: Love and Thunder for the folks at home. So, Chris, you're on the spot. You've seen this thing. You tell him.
I have seen this thing.
He has seen this thing.
I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. It was good.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. He caught me off guard. Where do I start? Well, so yeah. You got Thor, having like I guess you would call like a midlife crisis, trying to find himself. Where does he belong? And you got his ex, who is, Jane Foster, who gets called Jane Fonda by a few people, even though, just mocking her name. I don't even know where to start with this. It's a fun action, lot of comedy, and
it is Taika Waititi.
Yes,
so
it is
one of
Taika.
your favorites.
Yes. It's a really good movie. Thor's having a midlife crisis. He's trying to find himself. At the same time, you got this villain named Gore, who's like the God Killer. Who honestly, his story is freaking pretty good because it's like he worships this god, and the entire race is like wiped out, and he's trying to save his daughter. It's just him and his daughter, but the daughter doesn't make it. Finally finds the god, and the god's like a total douchebag, and he's like, I don't care. So he decides to take revenge on all gods. And he has the sword of, I forgot what the sword's name is, but it apparently gave him the strength to do so. To kill all the gods. Thor, he's traveling with the Guardians, but the Guardians is not in it all the way. Which is a shame, honestly. And then you have his ex, Jane Foster, who's dying of cancer. The hammer calls to her. She goes, gets the hammer, and she becomes Lady Thor for a very short while. And then it's just Thor and Jane kind of, talking a lot.
Because that's always so exciting when you have a multi-million-dollar blockbuster to do, is to sit there and yak at each other for hours on end.
That is true. So, I mean, I really don't know what else to say without giving too much away. But, I mean, it was good, but it's not as good as Thor Ragnarok, which was way better. I will admit that. But it was okay. I enjoyed it. I don't know exactly what else to say other than, the humor was great. Maybe a little bit overused humor. But all in all, it wasn't bad.
Not too shabby.
No.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, Chris. So
it was a short review. I'm sorry, but I don't know what else to say about it.
It is one of those films. It's taken a lot of criticism that it's basically just a rehash of Ragnarok, but with Jane Foster dying of cancer in it. Sorry, spoilers, but
I don't.
That people have not really been interested in this like at all, to be honest. I've seen I'm seeing so much talk at it, and the thing is, I don't actually want to see this film. And I said this last week. Thor is not my thing, but it's almost like they're. I sat there and watched Ragnarok, and now I have no reason to see another Thor film. So, meh, yeah. I mean, it's getting 68% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes and 79% from the audience. I guess it's not bad. It's not doing bad at the.
It's not bad. It's not a bad movie.
I mean,
But it's not the best movie. It scratches the itch if you're a Marvel fan. But honestly, I think it's more of also because I don't know. I think some people don't have faith in Phase 4, and I also think that maybe people are actually getting burned out on the superhero stuff.
yeah, I think.
I guess it's kind of getting to that point where it's like, you know.
The sad part about that, though, I think.
But also, as a Marvel fan, I think that where people has been so let down in the last, 2 years now, because everything, even the TV stuff, has just been kind of There's no high hopes anymore.
No, because it's the same plot. It's done over and over. They just change the name, change the characters. Again, that's part of that creative bankruptcy that's been holding Hollywood hostage for years now. I mean, look back at the films I've really been excited about over the past year or so since the theaters reopened after Kufa Mania. They're all remakes. They're not even remakes. They're sequels. They're actual sequels, like Ghostbusters Afterlife, Top Gun Maverick, which is supposedly a sequel but was actually a remake almost, and all these things. I can't even say that the only good things are remakes or sequels because everything is a remake or a sequel now.
Yeah.
That's 90% of what it seems like that's what they're putting out there. But like I said, I've seen Ragnarok. I've had my fill of Thor. I would rather see another Guardians of the Galaxy film. To be honest, the next superhero film I'm actually waiting to see is Black Adam.
Yeah.
That's coming up in October, I think.
Yeah.
And then we have the second Shazam movie coming in December, I believe, for Christmas. Those two, I think, are going to be interesting if they can keep DC's sticky fingers out of it. But it depends on who produces it. I mean, we know Black Adam is a labor of love for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We know that Zachary Levi, his heart's in the right place. So I think that should turn out halfway decent.
I mean, they both look promising. I mean, both properties. But then again, even though just because The Rock is attached to something, doesn't necessarily mean the story's going to be great, and The Rock is just going to play The Rock.
Yeah, as he always does.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping he actually takes the character of Black Adam to heart and branches out and actually tries to act in this one. Of course, he may do it and be lousy at it, but we'll see. Yeah. But anyway, we're getting distracted here real quick. We still need to give Thor a score because it is Love and Thunder, so he needs to score. So, using the Geekin out 1 to 5 index, where 5 is Saturday night, 4 is weekend or weekday matinee, 3 is wait for it to come out on Blu-ray or DVD, 2 maybe Netflix, 1 Pluto TV, 0 not on a bet. Where would you put Thor: Love and Thunder, Chris?
I will give it a 5, and the only reason why I do give it a 5 is because it is a fun movie to just go out with your friends or somebody and just have a good laugh and things like that. But at the same time, I'm just like, it's also the Saturday night movie that you can go to if you got nothing else to do.
so it's better than sitting there getting drunk, you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, okay, if you say so. Thor is...
or go and see this movie drunk. There you go.
Well, I would have to do that. I would get the scissor pretty. Anyway, Thor: Love and Thunder's done about $46 million this weekend. So that's down about 2/3 from last weekend. So that's kind of steep, especially for a superhero movie. But for crying out loud, Top Gun's still in the top 5. It's coming. Top Gun made $12 million this weekend.
Here's the thing. Okay, I want to be honest. All right, I watched the first Top Gun. I really had no interest in watching the second film. The only reason why I thought about watching it is because everybody keeps talking about it, and mostly because my brother here, he usually hates everything, but he says that it's really good, but it is a remake of the first, but it's really good, and to have him say something positive
Especially about Tom Cruise.
yeah, it's like, well, maybe I should go see this movie. Like right now, I'm still thinking this or Minions, because I really do want to see Minions.
I mean, Maverick's now up to $1.2 billion worldwide, and Thor is at $713 million worldwide. So that's nothing to sneeze at right there. I know there's a lot of people who are trying to talk this movie down. Like I said, it's not my cup of tea. I don't like Thor to begin with. I don't like the concepts behind it. I think what they're doing, I mean, this is part of Marvel Phase 4, where they're, oh my goodness, it's all about the social warriors and stuff. So the Force is female and all that other crap. But so we're supposed to be getting female Thors and female Kings and female this and female that. We're supposed to be getting a female Black Panther here shortly. We'll see. But so you would actually give this a 5 in spite of the rest of the world saying it ain't. You think this would be worth spending a Saturday night on?
Well, I mean, if you sit there and look at the list of movies that is out right now, Thor is the only one that pops out and slaps you in the face. You know? Just saying.
Yeah, that ain't saying.
It's like, so I mean, if you had to choose, it's like, at least I know I'll have fun and a few laughs.